You can hire and pay your children without them having to pay taxes on that income. That's not it. You can also reduce your business's taxable income by taking it as an expense, which means paying less in taxes. Win-win, right?
Are you serious?
Yes, I know it sounds unreal, but hear me out. Crazy question. Do you know the notorious Beyonce? Well, Beyonce might have made the executive, and I mean executive, decision to hire her daughter, Blue Ivy, as an employee to be on stage dancing with her. If this isn't the case, let's pretend it is to comprehend this video.
She did? Really?
Now it may be a stretch, but she could possibly be using the hiring your children tax strategy as a way to pay her daughter tax-free and to reduce her tax bill. Hi, my name is Sierra Stanberry, an accountant and tax strategist, and I help small businesses make smarter decisions today to build lasting wealth tomorrow. In this video, I'll go through what to consider when hiring your child and how to pay your child once hired depending on your business type, such as a sole proprietorship, a single member LLC, an LLC taxed as a partnership, and a corporation. I am hoping this video will help you make the executive decision to hire and pay your child tax-free and reduce your tax bill, possibly just like Beyonce. Let's jump right in. Okay, you must understand what a standard deduction is and how much it is in order to pay your child tax-free. Why? Because once you hit the standard deduction amount, your child will be taxed on the excess amount, defeating the objective of providing tax-free money to your child and lowering your taxable income. So the goal is to stay under the standard deduction. So what is a standard deduction? A standard deduction is the amount by which your taxable income is reduced. To simplify, it's tax-free dollars the IRS gives any individual walking this lovely green earth. You know, I bet the IRS felt like Oprah Winfrey when they decided to give everyone a standard deduction. You get a deduction, you get a deduction, you get a deduction. Everybody gets a deduction. For the 2023 tax year, the standard deduction amount for filing single is $13,850. These numbers are adjusted for inflation each year, so be sure to check what they are for the year you are watching this video. What this $13,850 standard deduction means is that you can pay your child up to this amount tax-free, and you can take this as an expense on your business tax return. All right, so now that we know what a standard deduction is and what it means for this tax strategy, let's talk about what to consider when hiring your child. Believe it or not, as long as your child is doing work that is truly needed within your business, you're onto something. Remember when I mentioned Beyonce's daughter, Blue Ivy? Beyonce definitely needed a dancer, and while she had plenty of them on stage with her, she added her daughter as a legitimate dancer. I mean, have y'all seen Blue Ivy's dance moves? The girl is moving, and I'm sure she had to put in the work to remember those moves. Now, can you pay your child the full $13,850? Yes, but the compensation must be reasonable, meaning the amount paid must match whatever the pay would be if you hired anyone else. For example, you can't pay your child $40 an hour to file papers. There's no one out here getting paid $40 an hour to file papers. If so, sign me up. If you are unsure of what's considered reasonable compensation, go find job postings on job sites such as Indeed and search within the same area. Okay, so what age can you hire your child? The IRS usually likes to see children between the ages of 8 and 18 hired. Anyone below 8 is probably not capable of doing any labor. You can hire a child who is older than 18, but things can get a little trickier at that age. Your next question may be, what job should I hire my child for? Anything that's age appropriate. You can't have your 8-year-old out here doing data entry. Their minds just aren't capable of doing this. Well, what are they capable of doing? They are capable of helping you clean your office, stuff envelopes, file and or scan papers, or maybe even be your backup dancer, such as Beyonce's daughter, if the job calls for it. The job opportunities for older children can be endless, such as building a website for your business or doing your bookkeeping. You can't hire your child to do chores around the house for this tax strategy. It has to be legitimate for your business. Now, let's talk about how to pay your child once hired, depending on your business type. The business type matters, and guess what else matters? Payroll taxes. If you don't know, payroll taxes are taxes that are taken out of your or an employee's wages or salaries. Payroll taxes consist of Social Security and Medicare. You may hear these taxes referred to as FICA taxes. You should issue a W-2, but you don't pay these payroll taxes if your business type is a sole proprietorship, a single member LLC taxed as a disregarded entity, an LLC taxed as a partnership owned by you and or your spouse. You may have noticed I didn't mention corporations. I didn't mention them because this tax strategy isn't as straightforward with this business type. Let me explain that. Unlike the previous business types mentioned, your child's income isn't exempt from these payroll taxes when your business is a corporation. The child is subject to the same amount of payroll taxes as a normal employee. You must pay the payroll tax on the amount paid to your child. But wait, someone who is unknown once said, if the facts don't fit the theory, change the facts. Listen guys, this holds true for any tax strategy you are trying to implement to lower your tax bill. Alright, in order to use this tax strategy for anyone who is an S corporation, a C corporation, or let's not forget, a partnership with non-parent partners, change your facts. Instead of taking the normal route of paying your child directly from those business types, pay them out of a family management company. What if you don't have a family management company? You can create one as a sole proprietorship owned by you and or your spouse. It would solely be used to assist in your business operations. Well, how do you get the money from your family management company bank account? Yes, it should have its own bank account. Your management company will charge your corporation a management fee. You will use that income to pay your children. Simple. Since the management company is a sole proprietorship which allows the exemption of payroll taxes, the amount paid to your child is now tax-free. You change your facts and you can now reap the benefits of hiring your children.
Let's recap.
Alright guys, I went over what to think about while hiring your child, which included the amount of the standard deduction, amount of compensation that is reasonable, an appropriate age to hire your child, and jobs to consider for your child. Last but not least, I've gone over how you can pay your child based on your business type. Now, I have some tips for you. Tip number 1. Make sure you pay your child into his or her own personal bank account. This will be easier to track if or when the IRS inquires about it. Tip number 2, if your business type is an estate, the amount paid to your children is subject to taxes regardless of their age. Tip number 3, keep an eye out for federal and state child labor laws. They prohibit children under a specific age from working in certain occupations and protect all children from harmful conditions. Tip number 4, this is the most important. I recommend you work with a tax strategist to implement this strategy. There are more ins and outs that go into this, and a tax strategist will be better able to assist. As always, thank you so much for watching. In addition, please don't forget to leave all your questions in the comments below, as well as like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any of my next videos. My name is Sierra Stanberry, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.